The other principle is organic forms of public representation. That those who represent the organization in councils, in the legislature, in parliament, must organically do so. So those who are in the legislature can't go to the legislature and say, according to the Daily Sun, they say there is no water in Lukwati, in SHIVAMBU municipality in Khartiband, that there is no water in Sukali. You must speak from authority that I was in Sukali yesterday in MF. There is no water. In Kondo, I know that there is potholes the whole town. And we need to fix during the period of the budget, and this is what we're going to do. Kondo is a party representative must speak with authority about the conditions of our people. Not through something you saw on social media. Not through something you read in the newspaper. It must be through an organic form. That is what defines communities. The other principle is discipline and hard work. That at all times you must be disciplined. But also, the other principle is knowledgeability and meritocracy. You can't be leadership of Congress is a party and they say, please explain this thing that is being talked about in the media. About Congress is a party that it is not democratic. People are saying the constitution of Congress is not democratic. And that time you are the leader of Congress is a party and you can't say anything about that. You must be knowledgeable at all times about the organizational documents and process, about everything else that is happening, and develop a clear perspective. That is also linked to meritocracy, which is easy to explain, that only the best and the best amongst us will be chosen for leadership responsibilities. And we are not going to use favoritism. There is no class says that we are not going to use nepotism. That we are going to employ people because they are your relatives. You can't employ people because you share the same roof. I almost said the same bed, but the roof is there. The other principle is the principle of class consciousness. Now, this is what class consciousness means. You know, when you go into government, you will find people who are bureaucrats of government, they come and present policies and laws. The question which you must ask as Mkondo is a party member is whose interest does this law represent? How do our people benefit out of this? Because, by the way, you have got organizations which, out of every crisis, the question they ask is not how are the people going to benefit. The question they ask is how do the business people benefit out of this? When there's a crisis of electricity, they say there's a crisis of electricity, but how do we get business to benefit out of this? And then they introduce independent power producers. They say, out of a crisis, let us get rich. When there's a crisis of potholes, they're in Retif. They say they don't look at the solution. They say, how do we make money out of this? But in Congress, the question that we ask is, how do our people benefit out of every decision that we take? That is what this principle makes. What are the principles and values? On page 19 is the section on membership. This is information that is worth sharing, that the membership of Congress as a party is open to all South Africans above the age of 16 years old who are registered to vote. Voting in South Africa starts at the age of 18, but the registering to vote starts at the age of 16. And membership of Mkondo is obtained individually through filling a membership form or through an online application. You join one by one. So you can't say that me and my family are now joining Mkondo, I will sign for them. You can't say, no, I've joined and I've got 4 children there. When I said here, all of them are in. It doesn't work like that. Everyone must join individually. Even when you have got a small organization which exists at the local level, even when you announce that this organization is no longer existing, it's going to associate with the Mkhonto party, the members of that organization must join one by one, so that they are held accountable one by one. There's no group joining. In Mkhonto, we join one by one. And it then explains what is expected of those who join the organization. Number 6 on page 20. It says all members who join Mkhonto party will be placed on a probation period of 24 months after joining, meaning that the membership may be summarily cancelled collectively by the national officials at any point during the probation period. What that means, comrades, is that there are certain levels of ill discipline and misbehavior in the intervening period. If you are engaged in such, there is no need to constitute a disciplinary committee for you. The national officials, and exclusively the national officials, can sit and say, you are no longer a member of Mkhonto. You have failed the probation. They are saying that if, for instance, a comrade comes and opens up firearms inside the meeting of Mkhonto, disrupt meetings of the organization, or when we say go and campaign for the organization in a by-election, you go and support candidates of a different political party, and then you still want to be taken to a DC, where we must call the deputy president, former judge president, to come and sit over a person who has clearly violated the Constitution. Such is not going to be the case. The officials, and only the national officials, can cancel membership of extreme levels of misbehavior in the organization. And we must have to highlight this. Those who are going to be appointed as provincial leadership do not have the power to cancel membership of anyone. Those who are going to be regional leadership can't cancel membership of anyone. But when they notice and realize misbehavior and misconduct, they can write a report and submit to a Secretary General who will table either officials for such actions to be taken. We are protecting the organization because we are saying that in the intervening period, the province, the region, will not have disciplinary powers but can report such to the national officials. So the exception on membership is a very important one. I want us, all of us, to read now on page 21.
No to Cape Town.
Page 21. The membership fee of the organization is 20 Rand for 24 months. So that is 10 Rand per year. It's a statement of commitment that you are a member of the organization. If you feel like you can pay more, you